Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I do my perfect glowy summer makeup look. It's super dewy, super just natural, but this is just my makeup look that I'm going to do this summer, and I just wanted to show you guys that. So without rambling too much, let's just go ahead and get into the makeup tutorial. All right, guys, so I already did the first step to any good makeup look, which is to wash your face and put moisturizer on. So I washed my face with some CeraVe cleanser, and then I put my CeraVe moisturizer with SPF in it, because wear your sunscreen, it's important. I actually want to get like a good just sunscreen, like not one mixed in with a lotion, because one, I'm pale, and two, I want to try to prevent wrinkles getting older. So yeah, but SPF, moisturizer, and cleanser. That's your first steps that you want to take before you do any type of makeup look. But since we're doing first, before I do anything, I do my eyebrows. So all I do is I take this e.l.f. soap brow, and I've already wet my spoolie because I don't have like the little laminator that everybody has. I just take it like this in my spoolie, kind of get the soap up, and then I take the spoolie and I brush my hairs up and kind of over. I basically just kind of do the same, since it's like a natural look, I'm doing the same kind of like, what am I looking for? I'm just kind of fixing up how my hair naturally lays. Does that make sense? Like, I'm just laminating it into one spot, and I'm trying to make it look a little bit more soapy with the soap brow, so make it look a little bit more thicker. So basically, I just go up and over, kind of like that. You can kind of see it kind of get soapier, get a little thicker and bushier, because then this makes it so much easier when you use the brow product. All right. So let me get my mirror so I can actually tell if this looks good. I'm gonna get my Hocus Pocus mirror, super cute, and I'm just gonna make sure that this looks good because it's kind of hard to tell in my iPhone camera. That looks good. I'm gonna kind of, okay. I'm going to kind of get rid of some of this soapiness on my skin, and we're gonna let that dry while we do our primer. So for a glowy skincare, why can't I speak today? I can never speak. It's not just today. I can't ever like get my thoughts proper. But for a good glowy summer natural makeup look, the most important part of the whole entire look is definitely the primer. Definitely the hydration. You want to really hydrate your face before you put on the foundation. And I think I've came up with a really good technique, kind of using products that I've seen other people use and kind of blending it all together. I really like this technique that I do, so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you now. So first, I'm going to start off with my Rainforest of the Sea Radiance Drop. I just take it and I put it all over my skin like so. All right, so once you put the radiance oil all over your face, you're gonna want to let that sit for just a few minutes. So I'll be back in just a sec. All right, now that the radiance drops have melted and kind of dried into my skin a little bit, I'm gonna go in with my favorite product that I use. This is my favorite. I feel like this has really helped my makeup look so dewy and so just beautiful. I think I've already shown this in a video before, but it's the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. This stuff, this is magical, like really. I take my finger and I rub it in here, like so, and I just pack it on my face. I love this stuff. Again, with this part, the primer, I don't go lightly, because I feel like my foundation used to always look so incredibly cakey, and I think it's because I honestly at one point didn't even use primer at all. I didn't think it was that important. I would just use like moisturizer, which I guess is better than nothing, but I definitely think a good primer helps a lot. And so I kind of like do this. Super cute. And then I just blend it in to my skin like so. This stuff is amazing. I blend it everywhere, and I really make sure to get like right here by my mouth and right here by my nose, because for some reason, oh, and right here, and like, what's this called? My T-zone, maybe? I make sure to really get it in those spots because for some reason, that's where my makeup likes to look terrible. It likes to look dry and flaky in those areas, which is not a good look. It's not cute. So I make sure to really focus that in on those areas there. So I'm going to take my mirror and just kind of make sure it's all blended in. All right, so we're going to let this sit on my face for a second and let it really soak in to my skin. All right, now that we let that kind of melt into the skin, we are going to go on to our last step before we do the foundation. I know a lot of steps, but being hydrated is very important. We're going to take the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray, and we're just going to put that all over our face before we even do our makeup at all. All right, just like that. So again, we're going to let it sit. And while we let it sit, we are going to moisturize our lips. So get your favorite chapstick and lather that on. All right, now that we let the primers melt into our skin, look at how gorgeous and glowy we already look. Like seriously, we look gorgeous right now. Okay, so very next step is to do foundation. And for a more natural, like summery look, what I like to do, instead of putting my foundation on and then putting my concealer on after, I kind of like to put it on at the same exact time. So I'll kind of explain what I mean by that. I'm going to take my dose, I think that's how you say it, dose of color, Beauty Grew, concealer. I forgot what this was for a sec. I'm trying not to say as much. I'm doing a really terrible job. I'm really doing bad at that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my concealer on all the spots that I want to cover. Which, of course, I woke up this morning with all the acne. Like, what is this? This was not here yesterday. My skin looked really good yesterday. And then, of course, my skin knew I was going to film a makeup tutorial. So, that's super fun. But I just focus on, and I have one right in my freaking eyebrow, which I just want to put a little bit there. So yeah, basically just put the concealer where you really want to cover up blemishes. So now that you put your concealer where you wanted to cover up some blemishes, I feel like I'm repeating myself, we're going to take our foundation, which I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation, because Luminous, I love this stuff. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand here, which the only thing about this one is I have to like reset the pump. I just do like 2 and like a half pumps. And I just kind of like put it places that doesn't already have concealer on it. I already like to do a very light foundation look normally, but when I want to have like a summery, natural, glowy look, I want to try to limit how much foundation and concealer I use. So that's kind of why I do this. Kind of just put it everywhere with my brush, looking like a polka dot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beauty blender, my wet beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend this all in. Just the typical stuff. Just going to beat our face. The only thing is don't get it on your eyelid. And I'll explain why in a minute. But make sure you blend it everywhere besides your eyelid. Alright, so I just blended the foundation and this is what we look like. I love this foundation. I think it's really natural. It's very glowy. And it doesn't look super cakey. I love this foundation. But anyways, now what we're going to do next is we are going to bronze up our face. Because, you know, it's summertime. We want to glow. We want to look bronzed. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bronze ourselves up a little bit. And I'm very pale, so I definitely need to bronze up. So what I'm going to do is the typical Rare Beauty bronzer stick. Wow, it's so bright. Like, I can't even show y'all. But you know what this is. I've done this before, but I'm gonna do something a little different. I don't know if I've done this before in a video, but I do this differently now. I take my brush and I do it like this because I think it gives a more smooth bronzer look, and then I go up a little bit, kind of like I'm trying to do blush, and I just kind of blend that in right here, and I go up a little bit, and I just kind of bronze my forehead and my cheekbones. It's not an Ashley Taylor video if I don't drop something. Okay, so once we've bronzed up our cheeks a little bit and our forehead, I am going to kind of contour a little bit. I don't really contour, but I just do my nose a little bit. So like right here, I kind of do this little motion. I don't really know if it does anything, but like maybe it's like a placebo effect and I feel like it's doing something, so who cares? And then I'm going to take this e.l.f. 16 camo concealer, 16 hour camo concealer, and first I'm going to put it on this zit because that zit's bugging me. Usually I don't do this step, but I guess if you need to, you need to. And then I just kind of put a little bit of concealer on the center of my face just to kind of brighten it up. So basically you're going to want a concealer that's slightly lighter than your foundation shade, which this one is not super lighter, but I am pale, so I have to take what I can get. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to blend it out. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for my bronzer, and I'm just going to blend that all out like this. And try to keep the concealer in this one spot. You don't want to drag it too much. So I kind of like dab it and then kind of like go side to side, kind of blend it a little bit. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it really like brightens up your face right in the center. So it draws attention to you if that's what you like. But in summer, I want all eyes on me because it's hot girl summer. Okay, so I just blended the concealer, and just look at how, like, I feel like it really does like bring in the center of your face, like so good. I feel like this looks so good. But now what we're going to do, since I have the concealer out, we're going to go ahead and prime our eyelids, which you don't have to use concealer, but I don't have a good eyeshadow primer. Hey, sorry for that weird cut. My phone is really low on storage. I say that in like every video. I blame all the Harry Styles videos that I have from when I went to his concert and have yet to put on a flash drive. I really need to do that soon. But unfortunately, you guys missed me blending in the concealer on my eye because I didn't want it to dry. But all I did was put a little bit on my eye and like blend it out all through here. You can kind of tell. And like I was saying, you don't have to use concealer. That's just what I use because I don't have a good eyeshadow primer. But that's why you want your eyelids to be fresh and clean, because it makes the concealer look better and the primer look better. But anyways, moving on to our next step is one of my favorite steps, and that is blush. So I think a liquid blush looks best for a summer dewy look, but wear what you want to wear. If it's cream, powder, whatever works for you. And I'm going to put it a little bit higher than where I put the bronzer, which I know is a little weird, but we're going to do that. I start with a little bit at a time because my skin's naturally red, so I don't like to go crazy at first, but you can always add more if you like. And I just kind of try to stay in this general area and blend it in with my fingers. But yeah, I think a liquid blush works so perfect for this because it's just so like glowy, especially, it'll look better in a sec. Especially Selena Gomez's liquid blushes. Oh my gosh, they are stunning. Stunning. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this off camera a little bit because like I said, storage. And I'll be right back. I don't know, I think this is a cute look, don't you think? Does this scream summer to you? Okay, so now that we don't look like a clown anymore, and we have a nice pink summery glow, we're gonna go in with a highlight, which I like to use this Body Glow Illuminizer when I want like a natural kind of glow. So I just take the itsy bitsiest amount at a time and I put it right here and I just kind of blend it out. And this just gives a really nice dewy highlight. So nothing too crazy, but I definitely think it's super, super subtle and gorgeous. Like, look at that. I think that's so pretty. And this is just if I want like a really subtle highlight glow. Put a little bit on my nose. Right there. Just blend it out. Oh, so pretty. And then a little bit right here on the side. And there we go. Super pretty and super glowy. Okay guys, we are almost done with the makeup look. But the next step that we're gonna do, actually I'm skipping a step. What's wrong with me? The next step that we're gonna do is we're going to take a powder. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury, I always say berry, it's not berry. I'm using her Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. And I just use a little bit. I don't go too crazy because I kind of feel like powder dries out my skin at least. So I just do a little bit just to set everything in. Okay, now what we're gonna do after we powder our face is I'm gonna go in with my, which of course I couldn't, okay. I couldn't remember where I said it. I'm gonna go in with my pencil, eyebrow pencil, and I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrows. I'm not gonna like overly draw them. I'm just doing my natural shape like I said for this natural look, and I just kind of fill it in. All right, now we have our super natural, super basic brows, and we're gonna go into the eyes now. So I'm doing something super, super simple because I like I said, more of a natural glowy look in the summer. So I'm going to take a brush like this, and I'm going to start off with a really, really light, like beige color. And I'm just going to put that all over my crease like this. Okay, once I do that, I take the exact same brush and I just go with a little darker brown. And I put that in my crease as well. Just like so. Super simple. Okay, so now that we're done with all the matte colors, I go in with a cream sparkly eyeshadow. And I'm doing the Studio Makeup Endurance cream eyeshadow. And I just put it on my eyelid. Kind of like, oh, it's so glowy. Just kind of like the inner bits here. And I don't go all the way. I just kind of stop like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other eye, and then I kind of just like tap it and blend it in. But after I do that, I just take a little bit of a darker brown right here, and I use the same brush. Not all the time, sometimes I'll use different brushes, but I just really need to clean my brushes, so that's why I'm using the same one. And then I do the outer corner of my eye just to kind of blend everything in. So just kind of the outer piece where I stopped the cream shadow. All right, so now that you have this, which again, we're gonna blend it out, so no worries. We're just gonna take a brush that we have not used. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm literally just gonna blend everything together. All right, so after I do that, I do go back in with it, and I kind of just touch up where some of it came off blending, because I want this to show. Like, I really want this to show. I bring it up into the crease. I like my eyes to glisten like I'm a vampire on Twilight. Okay, now I'm gonna blend it one more time. I'm gonna take the brush that has nothing on it, and we're gonna blend the edges. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the lips, And what I'm going to do is use my lip and cheek cream palette from Primrose and Cream I don't know. I got this in a BoxyCharm, but I'm going to use this middle shade here, and I'm just going to put that all over my lips. You basically want like a natural, not super drying lip. And I like this one because it's very, what's the word? It's not drying. It's not hydrating, but it's not drying, you know? There's our lip shade. Super pretty, super pink. And I just kind of rub some of it off. I think I put a little bit too much on. And now what we're going to do, after we put on the lip color, is we're going to take our gloss, and we are just going to put that on the center of our lips. So just like this. I think this gives a more youthful look than putting too much gloss all over your lips. So there we go. It doesn't look so glossy. Oh, I forgot to tell you. The lip gloss that I'm using is the Revlon Super Lustrous. It's clear. It actually looks like this. But I used this one with lipstick, and I use this on its own. I'm just doing natural. So as you can see, this is well loved. I love this lip gloss. But yeah, super, super cute. The very last thing that we have to do is our mascara. I am going to first curl the lashes. So what I'm going to do this off camera, but I'm going to put the Lash Paradise all over my top eyelashes. The Lash Paradise. Where is this from? L'Oreal? Why can't I remember? Oh yeah, it's L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I'm going to put that all over my top lid. I'll probably do 2 coats. And then for my bottom lash line, I'm going to use the Item Beauty Lash Snack. This is the Addison Rae Beauty brand. And I like this one for the lower lashes because it's super, super tiny. This brush, like, let me compare. As you see, it's super tiny, so it's really, really good with the bottom lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and I'm going to do my hair, and then I will show you the finished product. Let's do a transition. Are you ready? All right. 3, 2, look at me doing TikTok. Me being a TikToker on YouTube. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Hey guys. Look at me. So I was actually just thinking, like, you guys already know what this look looks like because I literally am going to show it in the intro. But of course, when I did that, I wasn't thinking about that. So this really wasn't as much as a shock as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, this is the finished look. Get a little closer. And if you want, you can totally add some falsies. Sometimes I do that, but I kind of like this look, natural lash. I think it's so pretty. I just love the natural glow in this look. I love the light blush. I love the natural eyebrows. I just love how simple and how beautiful this looks out in the sun. If it wasn't pouring rain right now where I live, I would totally show you guys what this looks like outside. But yeah, I just feel like I really perfected my perfect summer dewy natural look. Like, I'm going to try to kind of show you guys a little bit better here. Bring down the exposure. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. I could really go on and on. I could really go on and on. Okay, guys. Well, that is it for today's video. Hopefully, I showed you guys some good products that you guys could use for your summer look. I guess, let me give you my 3 top tier things. Like 3 things that I think would be essential for this look. Definitely the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. This, I really feel like, has helped my skin so much with the whole glowy look. And also, it's really hard to tell on camera, but there's no cakiness anywhere where I usually see cakey. Obviously there's some texture because your skin's always gonna have texture. Like, I'm not saying my skin is perfect, but I do think it looks really good. And then I would say the Rare Beauty blush. I think it's just a very glowy blush that really helps set the look. And probably, it's really hard just picking 3 things. A good lip gloss. I think a good lip gloss. This one's not sticky at all. It doesn't really feel like I'm wearing anything. I feel like it's like the 3 single things. Oh, and probably, I know this is the 4th thing, but a nice body glow. Because I think it's really good if you just want something natural. And for the summer, this is good if you want to like rub it on your body or your collarbones in a bikini. You're going to look snatched, girl. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys love your summer makeup looks that you guys are going to do in the summer. Or if you guys don't like wearing makeup, that's totally fine too, because you're beautiful either way. Just keep that in mind. You guys are gorgeous. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys! Mwah!